Hi, welcome to Half the Size, Twice the Woman, a show where I share my journey as a woman over 50 that had weight loss surgery. It's going to be about real things. We're going to have real talk. We're going to talk about things that might make you go, oh, Tammy, I can't believe you say that. And then you're going to lean in and go, but tell me more. That's something that I've been wondering, but I've been afraid to ask. Ladies, we're going to get into it. I'll share a little bit about myself. I was athletic in high school. In my mid-20s, I started putting on weight. Went through a little bit of depression. I had left home for college, not for the education, but just to put space between my family and myself. And that kind of started things. It was good for a while, and then weight started creeping on a little bit. Then I had my first kiddo at 30, my second one at 31. And by the time I was 33, I had put on 150 pounds. So it was a lot. I used to joke that the fat fairies visited me one day. But we all know that it comes on gradually. It's a size 14 one day and a 32 the following day. It comes on gradually. We're so busy. I was busy taking care of my kids, my husband, family. I was looking and caring for everybody but myself. I had lost myself in my life's journey. And man, life goes by quickly. So it was here. I looked in the mirror one day and I didn't recognize the person that was looking back at me. Not just because of the size. I knew that I had gotten bigger. There were things that I had done to try to hide that. But when you put on an extra 150, it's hard to hide. But boy, I hid from myself pretty well. But when I looked in the mirror, what I saw wasn't really about the weight. That played a role in it for sure. But what I really saw, or truthfully didn't see, was me. I saw the mom. I saw the wife. I saw the caretaker. But I didn't see me anymore. I had lost myself. And it was more than a little devastating, and I didn't know how to get back. So I thought, in my infinite wisdom, that if I lost weight, I would get myself back. I would be happy. People around me would be happy. I would do so much better with so many things. All I had to do was drop the weight. My doctors told me that my problems would go away if I dropped the weight. My physical ailments were all, to be quite honest, were all mainly weight related. But my mental health, the weight didn't play a huge role in it. That's what was interesting. The weight was because of my mental health issues that I wasn't dealing with. Truthfully, how I was dealing with them was by eating. I was an emotional eater. So in 2009, I thought, okay, I'm going to have weight loss surgery. And I had the lap band. By 2010, I had lost about 40 pounds, and that was it. And it wasn't necessarily because of the lap band itself, but I was not prepared to do what I needed to do. I was not prepared for the work that it took. I know that I had said, okay, I'm aware that this is a tool. It's only a tool. But in the back of my head, it was a cure-all. It wasn't just a tool. This lap band was going to be my fixer of everything. I was going to have a happy life. I was going to have that job promotion. It was all going to change for the better. Little did I know that if you don't do the work internally, If you don't do the hard things, that tool, the most important tool, is truthfully right up here. That's right. It is your noggin. You have got to be in a good place, meaning you've got to do some work before you have a surgery. There have been too many times where I've heard women do the same thing that I did, where it was, if I were skinny, I could get a husband. If I were skinny, I could keep my boyfriend. If I were skinny, I could do this. If I were skinny, I could do that. It's amazing how many things that we put on ourselves that we could do if we were to just lose weight. And then we beat ourselves up when we can't. And it's not necessarily our fault, ladies. We have to go to work on ourselves and not just for weight loss. That was how I've been successful so far, as I did some hard ass work. I went to counseling for a little over a year before my surgery. There was a ton of huge life changes that I made that all played a role in my success so far as a weight loss surgery candidate. What I want this to be about is not so much the numbers, because the numbers are important. I'll be honest. It was really fun to watch those numbers drop. It was also really hard, though, to still see that number, because it was still a number that I was hard on myself about. Because then I would if myself. If I would have done this, I would have never needed this. It was another moment where I needed to just step back and give myself some grace. So, hard journey, great journey. Would I do it again? I wouldn't do the surgery again at a younger age. I think that I did the surgery between 55 and 56. That was the right age for me. I was mature enough to know that my weight was the cause of me not dealing with things. So if I could deal with the things, then my weight wouldn't be my biggest barrier, or it wouldn't be the barrier. So let's take this journey together. Let's share information. Let's talk about those hard things. Ladies, we'll talk about skin. We'll talk about what do we do before. And oh my gosh, I have to lose 5% of my body weight before surgery? If I could lose weight, I wouldn't need the surgery. That was kind of my attitude. We'll talk about the reasons why you need to do that. We'll talk about what you do after. Where is this pain coming from? Oh my God, what is this skin? Where did this skin come from? Ladies, I had skin, and we'll get into it. I had skin in places that I did not even consider what it was going to look like. And how I came to terms with that. And the fact that loose skin isn't important to me anymore. I don't care. I worked my butt off to get here, and I will not hammer myself again because I'm here. The fact of the matter is, people can do this. You have a support system. If you don't feel like you have a support system, then woman, let's create one for ourselves. Ladies, we are so incredibly hard on each other. Let's start giving each other grace. Let's start saying, hey, nice job. Way to go on this. Let's quit comparing ourselves to each other and start encouraging each other. Let's create a community with that. All right. So I have lost weight. I have lost half of my body size. But with that loss in size, I have become a more well-rounded, stronger woman because of the work that I had done to get to the size. The size was the after. The size wasn't the work. The size started coming off. The size started becoming how do I say this? The weight just wasn't the most impactful. I know that sounds crazy to say because you have weight loss surgery to lose the weight, right? You're excited about getting into a smaller size. And yes, that felt freaking amazing. Absolutely. So excited to be able to move better, to have those smaller sizes. But I think what I'm the happiest about is that I'm a happy person and I started becoming my happier person before I lost the weight. Getting my shit together helped me drop this weight. And I think that we can all do it, and we can do it together. So if you're all ready to become half the size and a strong ass woman, then let's sit back. Let's talk about the hard things. Let's talk about the fun things. All right? I hope to see you there, ladies. Bye.